familiarity, and this remains Dammie Talks, So I'm quite happy today. I'm excited. Maybe it's because of the small makeup that is on my face or the way I styled my hair differently, but I've been feeling good vibes today. So today, guys, I'll be talking to you about how some people confuse things. Now, what am I talking about? Sometime in September, or is it August? I can't remember. I was in Abuja and then I met with a friend, and it was telling me that any relationship that exceeds 2 years, like if you've been dating for like over 2 years, there's usually over familiarity in the relationship. And I'm like, what do you mean by over familiarity? I was like, then she knows you already, she knows you too much. There are some things that on a norm you won't be able to accept, that the person will just be throwing shit at you. And I'm like, I don't understand. How is there over familiarity in a relationship that is over 2 years? Then it went on to say that he would only date someone like 6 months and decide to get married to the person. I'm like, okay. I was not like, so if you were to date me now, I was like, if I was to date you, we'll get married in the next 6 months or early next year. And I'm like, sure, early next year, be bow. But that is not the point. What I'm trying to get at today, what I want to open and scatter and really let people know that is wrong, is the idea that 2 years into a relationship leads to over familiarity. First off, that is wrong. There is no such thing as over familiarity in a love relationship. If you are in love with somebody and you guys are taking your time to get to know each other, take time, 1 year, 2 years. Some people date 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years before they decide to get married. Now, when you give yourself time, it's supposed to help you know more about one another. It's supposed to help you see some things in her that you don't know even exist. It's supposed to help him realize that, okay, this is the kind of person you really are. In that 2 years, you will fight, you will make up, break up. But when you do that, it is helping you to get to know each other better. You will have happy moments, you hang out, you discuss, you open your heart, you know what is really happening in each other's life. That's what the time is supposed to be for. It's supposed to help you prepare yourself. It's supposed to help you know, like convince you that, okay, this is the kind of person this person is, and I think she's the kind of person I want to spend the rest of my life with. Now, every long relationship doesn't usually end up in marriage. I get it. But it is good to open up. It is good to familiarize yourself with your spouse. It helps you to know each other better. It gives you the conviction that, okay, this is the person I want to be with. It helps you to really prepare yourself, really know what you're putting yourself into. That's what that time frame is for. And I also understand that the number of years or months you used to date or court and everything you learn from that doesn't still match up with the institution marriage. But give yourself time. Don't just jump into it. Say you're in a relationship of 6 months and you decide to get married. That is your call. I don't have a problem with it. Lots of people do it. We find love differently and we make life-changing decisions differently on different levels, considering different factors, okay? But if you decide to get married 6 months into your relationship, you will still experience this. You will still over-familiarize yourself with one another. I get at that point, you feel like it is still sweet, everything is pleasant, it's still shocking both of you. You're just married, you've dated only for a short period of time. But when the thorns in the roses start coming in and you guys start fighting and start doing this, you're both new to it. You might not even know how to relate or how to work things out or how to resolve it or how to even come around it or come back together. Maybe the person you are married to serve is somebody that, if you are annoying him, is, I'm not eating in this house for the next 5 days. I'm not going to talk to you for the next 1 week. And you are the let's talk now kind of person. And the person is I'm just saying, for example, I'm not saying it's always like that. But if you have given yourself time to get to know your partner, time to really digest, understand his persona, what he does, his likes, his dislikes, what puts him in the mood, what takes him out of the mood, his kind of vibes, the kind of people he rolls with, the kind of discussions he wants to have, you guys become friends. Like, that bond becomes unbreakable when you give it time, like time to process everything, time to process how he deals with anger. But if you don't and you just jump into it, like, lots of people are in marriages today and they are not happy. They feel like they jumped the gun. They'll be telling each other, you don't deserve me. I married you because I was told to. I married you because I thought you were this. I married you because of this. I'm not in your class. I'm not supposed to be married to you. In order to avoid stories that touch like that, just take your time, my brother and my sister. I'm not saying you should do a lot of gbogboro, but anyone that works for you, different strokes for different folks. But make sure that you don't allow this misconception of there is usually over familiarity in relationship that lasts over 2 years or more. There is no such thing as that. The best way to enjoy your relationship is if you open your heart, you open your mind, and you are sincere about your feelings. You are sincere and you are open to the person. The person knows who you really are. That's what makes a good relationship. And when you guys are already on that pedestal, you're like, and my wife, that girl, that's my hobby right there. You already have that conviction in your mind that, okay, this is the person for me. And time, giving yourself time while you're dating helps you to know if the person is not for you at all. Like, helps you to know whether or not you can deal with his or her excesses before it gets to it. Don't let anybody give you wrong conviction unless you know within yourself that this is what I want and I want to go into it. I want to put myself into it. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Make your decision because it is something that you want to do. It is something you're convinced about. At the end of the day, I am of the motion that dating past 2 years or 3 years or 4 years doesn't bring about over familiarity. It only helps you to know each other better. The only way you call it over familiarity is if the person you're dating, you don't love the person and the person is intruding too much in your space. That's when you can say, okay, the person is over familiarizing himself. But when love is the key, when you're in the relationship because you want to be in the relationship, because your partner is the best, because your partner is making you happy and you just love his vibe and you can't imagine your life without him, even if he doesn't propose to you, and you know in your heart of hearts that is your guy, and you guys are still counting year number 4 or number 3, please stay with him. Because if you leave him and if you're not feeling the relationship anymore, after you've taken 2 years to know the person or over, please carry your shoe and go back to your house. That's it, guys. I've said enough about this. There is no such thing as over familiarity in true friendship and in a love relationship. So go find yourself a girlfriend, go find yourself a boyfriend. I love you guys. It's me, your number 1 love doctor. Dammieakinremi. Please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Dammie Talks. I love you and can't wait for the next content. I keep saying that. It's because I can't wait. Love you guys. Bye.